Welcome back to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Let's take a peek at Progressive Field. I'll say this, coming in, it was an odd day. It's overcast.
Yeah.
Gloomy. Gloomy. It's not what you would call fantastic baseball weather. Hopefully this haze will move out and we'll have some sunshine for first pitch tonight. By the way, you'll see the Astros and the Guardians on Channel 3 right here on WKYC coming up tonight. First pitch flies at just after 7 o'clock. Guys, Yankees series, another series against a playoff caliber team. They've had a lot of those recently. What was your takeaway, guys, from the 3 games in New York?
I was encouraged by the starting pitching. I know they dropped 2 or 3, but I thought Bybee competed his tail off in the opener. I was glad to see Vogt stick with him. I know he gave up the back-to-back homers, but if this is going to be the guy that's going to carry you, and right now, until Bieber's back and we know that he's Shane, you have to rely on Tanner Bybee being that #1 guy. I like giving the opportunity to go back out there. Ciccone, I thought pitched really well yesterday. I've liked what we've seen so far out of him. I was encouraged by it. And obviously Luis Ortiz looked great. That's a tough lineup. That's a tough ballpark to pitch in. So, yes, disappointing obviously that they lost 2 or 3, but I was really encouraged by where this starting pitching is trending.
That's what the Yankees do, man. They hit home runs. You look like you're pitching very well, and then, boom, here comes a couple guys up at the plate, hit home runs. I think when you look at it, you know, we talked about Shane Bieber getting back in the rotation. I think when he gets back at the top of the rotation, then you got Bybee, and we talked about Ortiz just pitching very, you look really good the other day. And if you could get Gavin Williams to do something, now you get to a point where you're starting to get the rotation back in order, and especially when you got the bullpen doing this thing. So, you know, 2 to 3 from the Yankees. But I look at the Guardians. I'm trying to tread water. I'm trying to stay right in that second wild card, right wherever we at. Get some guys back, David Fry and stuff like that, and you know, see what you can do in the postseason if you can get in.
Fry got into one. I thought he had a home run. Yeah. It was a nice catch by Bellinger out in right field. It may or may not have been over the fence, but if it wasn't, it would have been off the very top of the fence. Yeah, Ciccone had a no-hitter into the 4th. Bybee had a no-hitter into the 5th. In the game that they did win, Ortiz gave them stellar starting pitching. In the bullpen, they combined for a shutout. In the second game was the first time this year where I've looked at Emmanuel Clase and said, that's him. Yeah. There he is. There he is. And I know he's had better outings. He gave up a walk and then a garbage double on a ball that just was shaded to left field and Quan couldn't get to it. But then he came back strong to strike. I think he struck out all 3 outs in the inning were strikeouts. His velocity was at 102. He was placing his fastball. He knew exactly where he wanted it to go. Pitching-wise, a lot is coming together with this team, a lot. And you've got Bieber, who's obviously in the chamber to get back, hopefully sooner than later.
The lineup gives me a headache.
That's exactly where I was going, Jay. Yeah. As long as they're trotting out guys.
Can we cancel Christmas? Cancel Christmas. I've seen enough.
It's over.
I've seen enough.
He's hitting $150, and I hate to say this, guys, but I think Bo Naylor's experiment's over too.
Listen,
I just don't see how you can get by with him as an everyday catcher. I don't
think they're making a move anytime soon. He's not even arbitration eligible for a couple more years.
I get it, but
I don't think they're doing anything this year.
They have anybody in the minor leagues that is.
Well, here's the thing: when David Fry can throw next year, that could get interesting.
Yeah, but I'm talking about this year. I'm not throwing the towel in on this year.
There's nobody this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you roll out a catcher who's hitting $170, he came up last night and
I would have rather seen them pinch hit Nolan Jones.
I would have too.
I know it's still left on left.
I agree.
But Nolan Jones,
he's hitting it.
Yes.
And when he came up with the bases loaded, I said, "Here comes," and then Christmas right after him. I think they both struck out. And that was the end of that threat.